Fight Fiend Forecast. We're back. UFC 323 in Las Vegas. We got Merab Dvalishvili defending his belt versus Peter Yan for the second time. And Pantoja, he's here. Pantoja is here, looking to protect the throne at flyweight versus Joshua Van. Let's get straight to it. Like the video, subscribe now, and make sure you join the hashtag F3 giveaway each and every week on the Prop Fiends show. In the comments section, put the hashtag F3 for a chance to win $50 each and every week. What we're doing is a giveaway wheel. It's a free waffles, free raffle wheel, free entry, hashtag F3 each and every week. A chance to win $50 freaking dollars. Become a forecaster. Discord is absolutely free. Join Discord now. Link in the description below. Become a platinum forecaster, Zodiac forecaster, and Patreon. And you'll see each and every pick with the confidence level, method of victory, each and every bet at UFC 323. But we're going to start it off with the first fight of the night. Get hydrated. Get that Gatorade in you. It's going to be a good one. And we are early to it. Early bird gets the worm. Hopefully the win. First fight, I think the Brazilian Mairon Santos gets the win here. He was Ultimate Fighter champion. Knocked out Con Offley in that fight to get the win. And he just won by a decision versus the better level of competition. Bogdan is not as good as Sodiq Yusuff, in my opinion. And Mairon Santos got the win in his last fight. He's 16-1. He's a higher IQ fighter here on the feet. He has a good takedown defense, and he's going to be the better fighter in this fight. Reason being, he's favored. He's the favorite and rightfully gets it done first fight of the night. Maybe a decision. Naimov is tough, but he could get caught in this fight, honestly. So Mairon Santos, a high confidence pick, safe for parlays, in my opinion. This is a step up in competition at the right time, or he just gets another win because he's 16-1 and a lot better than Muhammad Naimov. Not going to talk a whole lot about the prelims. The bout order could change as well because I see Mansur Abdul-Malik higher up on the card. He's fighting Antonio Trocoli here, 12-5, 6'5". You know what I say? The bigger they are, the easier they fall. I'm taking a big favorite in this fight in the first round by knockout. Mansur Abdul-Malik should have no troubles getting this fight to the ground or landing the shot on the feet. 10 Trocoli, he just lost to Trayshawn Gore round 1. So not a good look for Trocoli. He had a long layoff, almost a year. I think it's been a year. It's just been too long. And Mansur Abdul-Malik has been active, and he's a specimen, a physical specimen. It might just take 1, 2, 3 punches, and Trocoli's laying out on the canvas. The power Mansur has is real. Same with these two fighters. Two fighters with a lot of power. It's tough to make a pick here. You don't want to get caught betting a lot of money on either guy in parlays. Maybe a single bet opportunity in this fight, unless you're super confident. Me, on the other hand, I'm taking the favorite, but I'm not saying he's a lock of the week. I think he lands a shot off Dana White's Contender Series where he landed the shot in round 1. He comes out there and he gets a lot of round 1 finishes. So does Ibo Aslan. But in Ibo Aslan's last fight, we've seen him lose a decision. He doesn't like forward pressure coming his way, and I don't think he's the better fighter in this fight. The only thing about the Polish fighter from Warsaw, Poland, is he's still green. He's only 6-0 in his MMA career. He could get taken down. He could get knocked out versus a step up in competition. You don't want to get overinvested in this fight. It's a low confidence pick, but I do like Iowa Baraniewski to win this fight from Warsaw, Poland versus Ibo Aslan. Aslan, obviously the betting underdog. Bookies don't think he's getting it done, and neither do I here. Next fight on the prelims, Edson Barboza, still kicking the can at 39 years old off a loss, and he gets a guy off 2 losses himself, Jalin Turner, opening up as a favorite, rightfully so. He is a fighter with usually a lot of reach and length. He'll have the height advantage, not so much the reach advantage in this fight, but he can use his long arms and long limbs. A submission win possibly on the feet. He could get a head kick win or a knockout punch in the first round. He's off a first round loss. He's off a couple losses, and he's 9 years younger in this fight. Off a little late, 39 years old in Edson Barboza, who's well past his prime. Now, Jalin Turner, where's his prime at? This is why I'm taking that round 1 finish. He's obviously a 3-1 favorite. And like I said, Edson's too old. This is not going to be a good stylistic matchup. This is a former guy that fought at 145. Jalin Turner is going to be a lot bigger in there come fight night, and he's getting that round 1 finish, in my opinion. The next fight on the card is Marvin Vettori, a slight favorite versus Brunno Ferreira. Marvin Vettori is another guy that has not won in a while. He has not won in a while. He seems to lag out in his fights like I'm lagging right now. Don't worry, Christmas is coming. I'm getting a PC. The lagging's going to stop. But will the lagging stop for Marvin Vettori? I don't think so. Maybe. I'm going to pick him to win. This is the last time I seriously pick him to win because he's taken a huge step down in competition looking at his previous fights. And Brunno Ferreira has taken a huge step up in competition. Brunno Ferreira is a finisher, and it's not going to be that easy to finish a guy like Marvin Vettori with the experience he has. He's only 32 years old. Marvin Vettori is still the younger fighter in this fight. Bookies have him priced as the favorite. I'll ever so slightly agree with it, but I would not advise you to put your hard-earned money on this one. There is value there, but let's be super calculated. Marvin Vettori has not won a fight in a while. He's never been victorious in a while. And, Brunno Ferreira has knockout power. And he just got a nice armbar round 1. So you never know what could happen. Brunno Ferreira is on the rise, but this seems like a big step up. Too big of a step up in competition. You never know. Pay-per-view card, be careful. Manage the bankroll wisely. Like I always say, you don't have to bet on each and every fight. This fight in particular, I'm probably passing on once again. Nazim Sadykhov is a pick at plus 110, but on the side of Ziam, he is very calculated. He makes good decisions inside of that octagon, and this is a very close fight. I think Nazim Sadykhov has the finishing upside in this fight, and he's going to grind his way to a finish win if he can get it done as an underdog, in my opinion. If it goes the distance, I would lean for Ziam. Official pick is Nazim Sadykhov, but he's lacking a 6-inch reach advantage, and Ziam has 1 loss inside of the UFC. This is a tall task for Nazim Sadykhov. This is just a pick. Gonna definitely stay away. Respect to both guys. Best parlay pick in this fight would be over 1.5. This is a competitive fight. One of the most competitive fights. Even the fight to go the distance is a parlay option I'd be looking to take in this type of spot. Next fight on the prelims is the only women's fight on this pay-per-view, and it's between Maycee, Barber, and Karine Silva. I'm taking the women's underdog, the Brazilian women's underdog, and I've said I wasn't going to do it ever again, but she's not the dog of the week. I just think she's going to win the fight. She had a great run before she took her first UFC loss. Her UFC record is very nice, and Maycee Barber has not fought nearly 2 years. It's hard to trust in that. She had some issues outside of the octagon with her health, and that's a question mark for me. I would hope she's healthy for this one. Her record is intact, 14-2. Very good fighter off a nice win nearly 2 years ago. and she has to fight a killer Karine Silva, who has some finishing upside in this fight. In the past, she has finishes. In this type of fight, she's probably going to need a judge's decision in a close women's fight. Thankfully, she's the women's underdog, but she is 4 years older in this fight. It's hard to trust her. The Brazilian women's underdogs have been burning me. So I might just switch my pick and take Maycee Barber before next Monday. I'm doing the predictions a week ahead of time. Things could change. That's why people become platinum forecasters. See all the official picks, possible changes, and all the bets that I officially make. Let's keep running it up. Let's try to keep it hot. We got a lot of good picks coming up, and I think Chris Duncan is one of them. I can't trust Terrance McKinney on the feet, and on the ground, I don't really know if I can trust him either. He's a killer, be killed type of fighter, and I think he has the less durability in this fight. He has the worst durability in this division, possibly. He's a good hammer, not a good nail. And Chris Duncan will hit the damn nail and finish him in round one. That's my only way I'm seeing it right now. For the past couple of days, I'm just seeing Chris Duncan go in there round one and dominate this fight. Not going to overcomplicate it. He's the favorite. He's growing as the favorite. I'm sure other people are thinking that too. He's going to walk in here and knock out Terrance McKinney. Terrance McKinney is a very entertaining fighter, but his record was not looking good, and then they gave him a bunch of easy fights. Damir Hadzovic, Vyacheslav Borshev, giving him some pretty easy fights. Now you get Chris Duncan, who just beat Mateusz Rebecki, and he had a lot of other competitive fights with better competition than Terrance McKinney has fought. And he has, trust me, the better chin in this fight. He has been knocked out before, though. Don't count out Terrance McKinney. Chris Duncan got knocked out his first time on Dana White's Contender Series, and I think that was versus Vyacheslav Borshev. Ooh, wow. Yeah, not a lock of the week. Not a lock of the week. Next pick, possible underdog here, Manuel Torres. He's a finisher, a round one finisher, and Grant Dawson got knocked out to Bobby Green. That's the only thing that I really have a problem with. His striking early seems to be a problem. His wrestling is phenomenal. Can Grant Dawson get the fight to the ground, control this fight? It's hard to say. Manuel Torres seems to be able to keep the fights on the feet, maybe a lower level of competition that he's been fighting, but I think he can keep it going and keep it on the feet. If he keeps it going on the feet, he's going to land and probably knock out Grant Dawson worse than Bobby Green did. And that didn't look too good. So I got to go with the dog here. This is a pretty good underdog pick. It's not a Brazilian women's underdog. It's a Mexican men's mutant. He's a mutant. I seen him lose before, but in his wins, he seems to take the head off his opponents. And Grant Dawson is a crotch sniffer. Y'all seen him fight. He wins a lot of decisions. This is a stylistic matchup. This is a good clash. I'm going with the plus money. Let me know what you're doing on this fight in particular. I know there's a lot of fights that are pretty close. This is another close one. What are you saying on this one? I like the underdog Manuel Torres. I know there's a lot of wrestlers in the chat that are going to pick Grant Dawson, but I don't think that's a good idea, especially if he's a favorite. Almost 3-1 as a favorite. Line's too wide. I'm taking Torres, the Mexican, former Mexican. Hashtag F3 on the Prop Fiend show from last week. A chance to win $50 not this upcoming Friday, the Friday after. We're a week early. On the next Prop Fiend show, you could be the winner on the giveaway wheel. So you got to go back to the last Prop Fiend show, put the hashtag F3 in the comment section, and I'll put your name in to win $50. Let's keep going. Main card. Let's go. Like the video, become a forecaster, absolutely free. Discord's free. I want the community to stay free forever. But if you want the picks, the bets, all the method of victories, all sport bets as well. We just hit a nice NFL bet on Sunday. You got to become a platinum forecaster, Zodiac forecaster on Patreon. Stay hydrated. The vodka's coming out later Friday. this Friday, I might have to do a show on football or hockey. Jan Blachowicz, Bogdan Guskov, the Uzbek prospect, 18-3, is taking a big step on. Well, not a big step on competition. I thought he was going to lose his last fight, Bogdan Guskov. I'm kind of scared on this fight. I don't want to bet it. I'm not going to bet it because I'm telling myself I don't want to. You got to trust in yourself. This is a close fight. Jan Blachowicz is 42 years old, but he's not long off a split decision to Alex Poatan Pieta. I'm going to count him out. I'm taking the plus money on the Uzbek prospect. He's looked good in his last fight. He got the knockout round 1. You know, he took a loss early, but after that, he just continuously looked better and better each and every fight. And if he looks better than his last fight, he's going to beat an old 42-year-old Jan Blachowicz, who just lost a unanimous decision. I think Guskov could win a unanimous decision in this fight, being the younger fighter. He could get takedowns. He could keep it on the feet as well, because Blachowicz is a good wrestler. Just keep it on the feet, keep it striking. Anywhere's really in this fight, I think Guskov's going to look pretty good being that young. And Blachowicz might be hanging them up at 42 years old. You got to start to wonder, when is he going to hang them up? And if he's thinking about hanging them up, I don't know if he's going to try as hard as normal. He might be looking at the door already. He could be looking at, the sunny side, take a nice win and ride off into the sunset. It could be a Blachowicz knockout incoming and then hang them up. So it's a very close fight. Blachowicz clearly fought the better competition. Split decision recently with Alex Ferreira. You got to credit him for what he's done. Former champion as well. Polish power is still there, so I'm not counting him out. This fight under 2.5 could be a good look, possibly. Guskov's going to go for it, trying to make a name for himself here. This is a big spot on the main card. If he can take out a guy like Jan Blachowicz, he's going to move up the ranks and possibly get closer to a title shot. Being 33 years old, it's now or never for the Uzbek prospect. Jan Blachowicz has been there, done that. I'm taking Bogdan Guskov. Official prediction. Be very careful on this one. We got a lot of other good picks coming up later in the card, because this is another close one. It's priced close, and I've been back and forth between Brandon Moreno and Tatsuro Terra. I think this is a tall task for him. He won his last fight, but Hunsun Park was thrown to the wolves, in my opinion. That was an easy fight for Tatsuro Terra. When he had to take a tough fight like Edgar Cheraz, he didn't look as good as some other fights. He's been tested, and when he's been tested, I've kind of questioned if he could be a champion. A lot of people think he will be a champion, but I don't know. Look what Horiguchi just did. Horiguchi surely showed up. Tatsuro Terra has fought not very impressive competition. This is a very big step up in competition. Brandon Moreno won his last fight. He has momentum, former champion. The only thing is the UFC would much rather a Tatsuro Terra versus whoever's going to get the title later in the night here. Tatsuro hasn't been there yet. Jan Blachowicz, the reason why I'm fading him, he's been there, done that. But I don't think I want to fade Brandon Moreno for the same reason that he's been there, done that. I feel like he's more motivated. He's only 31 years old, and he could just have too much experience, and he's still in the game. 31 years old. He is nowhere near on the way out, and he's nowhere near moving up a weight class, in my opinion, either. This should be a Brandon Moreno win. He's the pick for now, and he'll probably stay the pick. Brandon, the assassin baby Moreno, is the play for Fight Fiend in a close fight. Hopefully he can make a statement versus Tatsuro, because Tatsuro is going to come fast, and he's going to come flying, and anything can happen inside of that octagon. Official lock of the week, probably Peyton Talbot. Henry Cejudo's 5'4", little hobbit in there, and he hasn't fought in a year. I didn't even think he was going to fight again. He got eye poked fight was over. He was losing that fight to Yadong Song. He lost a lot of decisions. He hasn't been finished in a while, but in this fight with Peyton Talbot, where Talbot has a massive reach advantage, height advantage, and seems to be getting better off that loss to Raoni Barcelos, I think he's ready to beat up a little Henry Cejudo and make a big statement on a main card. Big pay-per-view end of the year. This is a spot for Peyton Talbot to kind of prove himself and kind of show us that was a hiccup versus Raoni Barcelos. Just a little hiccup. He's fine. Peyton Talbot could still be that guy. Henry Cejudo sure as hell isn't. 5'4", hasn't fought in nearly a year. Like the video if you thought Henry Cejudo was already hanging them up. You know what I'm saying? When I seen he was fighting, I was kind of shocked. We're going Peyton Talbot, lock of the week, to absolutely style and possibly finish Triple C Henry Cejudo. Should be an easy one here. Could be Pantoja, but I'm a little scared of the astrology, the snake energy for the snake year. Joshua Van fighting in the Snake City, Las Vegas. He might be one of the youngest UFC champions. He'd be up there for sure. This is a young age to get gold, especially versus a guy like Alexander Pantoja, who was fighting at the Ultimate Fighter, and they were all champions, and he ran through everybody. You know, Pantoja beat all those champions, entered the UFC, went on a win streak. He's holding that belt right now. He is the champion, and I think he could find the finish in this fight. Aside from the astrology, I think Pantoja dominates this fight. He finds the finish, makes a statement, and both champions are and still. Both these fights are lined up for the champions to make a statement and to be and still. Joshua Van could win the fight, but he has fought the much lower level competition. This is a big step up. He has to keep it on the feet, and that's going to be a very tall task versus Pantoja. Keep it on the feet the whole 25 minutes? That's going to be like Jack Della Maddalena trying to keep it on the feet versus Islam Makhachev. All right. I'm going Pantoja, but I know the astrology, you heard it, might lean Joshua Van. It is what it is. The astrology has not always hit. And when you're fighting a guy like Pantoja, you might as well throw the astrology out the window. Alexandra Pantoja. And still, I'll find a code on Pantoja sometime if I have to. There's definitely some numerology on Pantoja. Merab Dvalishvili. And still, you know what I'm saying. He's going to go for a lot of takedowns. And if he gets them or not, he's going to be doing more in this fight. He's going to be landing more on the feet, more volume. He'll probably land more takedowns than the first time versus Peter Yan, and he'll get the control, and he'll land ground and pound. On the feet, if he wants to keep it standing, he will outstrike Peter Yan. He'll land more on the feet. He has huge momentum right now, and he even finished Sean O'Malley. The submission could be incoming from Merab Dvalishvili. He's a little machine, and I'm not doubting him to find a finish in this fight. 4-1 favorite, almost 5-1 favorite. Merab Dvalishvili. He's going to break records, and he's going to be the champ. And still, UFC 323. You can't overcomplicate it. Merab has the gas tank, and I'm going to say Peter Yan has the gas tank too. But Merab's a different animal. He's a different breed, and you can't go against him, especially at this price. Can't do it. Won't do it. We're locking in Merab, the machine, Dvalishvili, with Peyton Talbot and some other picks that are going to be posted in Discord absolutely free. And before you go, check out the Prop Fiend Show, a $50 giveaway. All what you got to do, put the hashtag F3 in the comment section, a chance to win a $50 bill each and every week. You got to be there. You got to be square. And surely to God, Husky Hustler and Prelim Tim are going to be there and sharp this week at the Prop Fiend Show. We're slowly picking it up, getting our reads, but obviously it's MMA game. Anything can and will happen inside of that octagon. Sometimes we're super confident the play doesn't hit. Sometimes we're taking a long shot value prop and it looks like the easiest play of the day. So you got to be there, you got to be square, and we got to be sharp. Thanks everybody for being a forecaster, staying forecasted, hitting the like button, and subscribing if you're new. I like new subscribers. I like the new people in Discord staying forecasted. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, we're not going to look at that. We're not going to look at that. Yeah, locks from last week. I mean, Arman Tsarukyan. We'll do a little recap. Arman Tsarukyan was a damn lock. Thought he was going to get it in round 1. Took him to round 2. If he would have got it in round 1, I would have won a lot more money. So too bad he didn't get it round 1. Abdul-Malik 10 seconds, was it? Yeah. Round 1, that was my prelim prop. That was a good one. But it was chalky. Had to lay the round 1, not the KO, because I seen the submission incoming. And the submission round 1 for Yakiayev was 4-1 plus 300 on an 8-1 favorite. That's money. Nurulaliyev, another damn good favorite. Another good lock. But then you look at the bottom one. Sadykhov lost as a 5-1 favorite to Nicholas Dalby at 41 years old. Jan Blachowicz is the favorite. He's 42 years old. Could he get it done? Obviously, he could. He could. You never know what could happen. All right, manage the bankroll wisely. $1 a unit. $1,000 bankroll, great. If it's a $5,000 bankroll, $50 per unit, great. But stick to it, and let's get this cash. Thanks, everybody, for staying forecasted. We're going to be back for another show this week. Besides the Prop Fiend show, we're going to do a triple threat show. I'm going to come up with maybe a parlay show, something like that. Maybe a underdog show. We'll think about it. Let me know in the comments below what show you would like me to do next besides the Prop Fiend show, and I'll cook it up. Stay forecasted. Thanks again.